Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, episode 15. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, y'all, let's get into it if we're going to get into it. Before we get into it, I was just thinking this. We're on episode 15. Next week is the season finale, which means 16 episodes. Y'all remember when Real Housewives of Atlanta used to be like 22 episodes and then 3 parts for a reunion? Anywho, that's just a side note. When the episode first opens up, Cynthia is still there. Hey, girl. And she's telling Kenya that her divorce is final. Girl, listen, Cynthia. I want you to stay single for a while, okay? I don't want you to jump into another piece of a relationship, honey. Then we see Sheree. She's wanting to build a nursery for her glam baby. We see Marlo. She's in a counseling session. We see Todd. He's directing Drew on what to do. In the next scene, Sonya goes to see Dr. Jackie. Baby, Dr. Jackie gonna be booked and busy if she don't do nothing else. She is Atlanta's go-to celebrity OBGYN. Baby, she done seen everybody's whatnots. My goodness. Now, Paige and Dr. Simone. Honey, what are you doing? Baby, Dr. Simone must be over there with the regular folk, honey, because I don't never see her with no clients. Well, child, I ain't seen it. I ain't been privy to it. I guess they just broadcasting Dr. Jackie's. But who going over there to Dr. Simone, honey? So, anywho, Sonya and the family come in, and then Dr. Jackie lets them know that after doing the ultrasound, she sees that Sonya is in fact pregnant. She's like a little short of 5 weeks. She has a geriatric pregnancy. We all know what that means. Any woman over 35, you know, it's a little touch and go. Okay, so we got to get into it if we're going to get into it, if we want to have some healthy babies. Now, I have to say, I do love that they have a Dr. Jackie in Atlanta. We need a Dr. Jackie in Houston. I do like that they have a black doctor, baby. And if Dr. Jackie ain't nothing else, she is smart. She knows exactly what it is that she's talking about when it comes to birthing babies. Okay, anything that you need to know, Dr. Jackie gonna make sure that she's there for her patients. Number one, she builds a very strong relationship from what I've seen on Married to Medicine. And I mean, the people just love her. She has a really good bedside manner. Now, I ain't too sure about nothing else, but you know, the people like her and whatnot. Moving forward. In the next scene, Candy and Todd are at the house, and the house is actually the set for the movie. Todd, nah, this is looking like an after school project. Now, why is the house the what? Why is the house the set? So Todd is doing his diamond, honey, from Players Club. He using what he got to get what he want. So then Drew and Marietta, they're also included in the budget, okay, because he's doing his Tyler Perry thing. He said he's trying to cut the budget. He cut out 6 figures by using his house as the set. Candy was not too pleased with that. She was like, I don't want him in my bed. I know, Candy. I don't blame you, girl. Y'all should have went to the second house. Y'all should have used that second house. Don't use my main house, honey. Not the main house. I wouldn't want all them people in my house, no way. Touching and breathing and gyrating and doing stuff. Absolutely not. Drew and Marietta and Candy, they're over there talking about the sex scene. Here go, Drew. I'm going to need a little direction. What's my motivation when it comes to the sex scene? Girl, sure you will. Sure you will. So Candy was like, girl, we're going to have you an intimacy coach. You going to be all right. Drew, just pretend like it's a man, okay? Just pretend it's a man and you're going to be fine. It's acting, okay? So get your act on, honey. Get your thespian on, but replace it with an L, okay? Moving forward. So Candy and Marietta over there talking to Todd, and they bring up Courtney calling Drew a bitch. So Drew comes up, and Drew is like, I'm not calling her cousin anymore. I'm just calling her Courtney. So Candy's like, yeah, pull up the tape, honey. Candy love to bring up somebody. Bring up the DMs, can you? Go and roll the tape, Marietta, honey. Candy love a receipt. So Marietta is showing them the footage. So as they're looking at it, Candy is like, is she talking about Drew or is she talking about Sonya? Because she's pointing at Sonya. Marietta was like, well, why she gonna call Sonya a B to her face? Now, me personally, it looks like she is talking about Sonya. But then again, Courtney, you claimed not to use the word B at all when it pertains to a woman. And I don't know, because I'm sure that Sonya would have said something to her if she called her a B. So I don't really know. But from the looks of it, it looks like you kind of lied a little bit. Might have a little lying problem on you. It looked like she was talking, cousin Skeeter. It seemed like she was talking to Sonya, but I don't know. Either way, I don't care if she was talking to Sonya. I don't care if she was talking to Drew. I don't care who she talking to. Drew, don't trust cousin Skeeter. Okay? Moving forward. In the next scene, Sheree is throwing a sipping seed for the baby, and she's going over what she wants for her party with her party planner, Lance. And shout out to Lance. He is an awesome party planner. Baby, she made sure she went to the best of the best. I loved him on that My Celebrity Dream Wedding. I think that's what it was called on VH1. He is top notch and top dollar too. Honey, I hope she paid him. I'm just happy that Sheree did not go with anybody else and she went with a good party planner this time, because honey, we do not need her veins popping out and he talking all crazy to her and she looking at him. Who gonna check me, boo? Honey, we do not need none of that. So I'm so happy, because y'all know Sheree get turned behind these parties. If you don't do what you're supposed to do, she will act a fool. Back over on the other side, Drew is still pretending she don't know about the sex scene. She's like, I'm not normally attracted to women, so, I just have to use my 5 senses, my smell, my touch, my Girl, please. You deserve an Oscar from what I'm seeing. I'm just saying, honey, it looked like you was into it if you ask me. In the next scene, Marlo and her Michelle Obama Bob, they're hosting an event for successful people that made it out of foster care. Sonya and Courtney, they show up. They looking for Sheree. And they're like, well, she had a tasting for the sipping seeds. So Marlo is kind of in her feelings a little bit, because she's like, she better show up. Because, I feel a way when people don't show up for me. And I feel like this is really a big deal, Marlo. Contrary to what people feel about Marlo, I do think that it's a big deal for you to acknowledge their accomplishments, because that's major. Now, that's my opinion. Okay, I know how y'all feel about Marlo, child. So then Scott Lee shows up this time. He think he's slick because, see, he couldn't show up to the peach party because he might have seen somebody he know, and he ain't fooling me. Because, baby, everybody was in there, baby. That was the place to be. Do you hear me? But Scott Lee was mysteriously pulling people out of burning buildings that day and had them old scrapes on his hand. Child, anywho. Now, see, he can come to this because he don't know nobody, because he sure wasn't saving nobody with those old kitchen scratches, and he ain't fooling me. So then Sheree finally shows up. So through the hard way, they are together again. And you know what? I was just looking at this scene. I was like, man, this group is really divided. In past seasons, like each other or not, they all showed up to each other's events, especially a positive event. Now, I don't know if Marlo didn't extend the invitation to the other ladies or not. I'm not sure, but it's just so disjointed. It's not working. It's just not working. It's just too disjointed. I don't know, child. I just really don't know. It's not giving what has supposed to be gave. And also, as I was watching this episode, it did not give me the episode before the season finale. We never reached a climax. There wasn't anything. Like, what was it that we looked forward to? I cannot remember one significant thing from the season. I feel like this should have been episode 3. I don't know, child. I just don't know. Oh, we could have really just wrapped it up. Everybody was dressed real nice. Everybody was in the building. And we could have just gave them little cards they do at the end. Child, I don't know what's going on. In the next scene, it's the day of the sipping sea, and everything looks beautiful. She by Sheree. Baby, Sheree gonna throw a bomb party if she don't do nothing else. Sonya got there so early, she could have helped set up. Sonya. Sonya, were you outside waiting in the car? Oh, my goodness. I said, baby, look at Sonya, baby. She is on time. Do you hear me? Sheree in there getting ready like it's her wedding day. Girl. So the producer asked her in the confessional if the party was really for her or for Mecca, which is her grandbaby. This is a Sheree event co-starring Mecca. Okay, it is not for the baby. And baby, these new generations of grandmas, they something else. That baby ain't gonna remember none of this and probably don't know what the hell is going on. She gonna wonder why y'all breathing down our faces if we really want to be real. But we just gonna go with it, Sheree, because, we need something to watch and you need something to do. Moving forward. Back over here with Drew. She's with her on-set production assistant, and they're talking, and Drew is complaining, saying that she's in Candy's house and in her bed is very weird. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, that is weird. It's giving a little weird out. It's definitely weird. So she's telling the assistant that she's not taking anything less than a lifetime or something like that. She will never do anything like this again. And baby, that was shady as hell. You did not have to accept the role, Drew. If you didn't want it, don't accept it. Do not shade me and then pass go and collect $200. If you didn't want to be in the movie, then you should have said no. You should have said, nah, I'm good. You know, got other things going on. But don't get in the movie and then start shading them based on what's going on. Like, I didn't think that was cool. Drew now? So Ralph shows up to get on my nerves. So he sits down, they talking, and they're talking about the role, and he's asking her if she gave tongue when she kissed the girl, and Drew is telling him, well, it was kind of like that, but I mean, it was, child. Anyway, she trying to tell him how it all went down. Ralph is all geeked, talking about, ooh, I'm so happy. I can't wait to see it. So Drew is mad because she wants him to respect her as an actress. Respect her craft, honey. Respect her gangster. Ralph ain't respecting nothing shot in Candy's bedroom. I'm telling you that right now, okay? He looking at it as a flip and a flop and a fraud. And he just being the pig that he is. He's being the pig that we know him to be. Girl, I don't know why you expecting anything different. You know your husband, right? But then again, you don't even know where he works, so you don't even know where he works. He don't respect your job, and you don't respect his job because you don't even know what it is, child. Back at the sip and see, Candy and Cynthia show up. So Sonya was asking about the movie, and Candy was like, well, you know, Todd got them using our bed and our house and all kinds of stuff. I would have to question Todd. And Todd, you think you slick? Because Candy, I don't know if you wasn't paying attention to what he was saying, or you wasn't really listening, or child, you just don't pay Todd no mind. But when y'all were talking about the scene with Drew, Todd was like, how would you feel if I get in the sex scene with Drew? No, ma'am. We're not even finna joke about that. It's bad enough you looking at my friend or coworker or whatever y'all want to call each other. You're looking at her and she's in our bed. Like, don't get cussed out now. I was like, what? I would not want Drew's movie memories in my bed. Honey, absolutely not. This is nasty. So then Courtney arrives. Hey, girl. And then Shamia shows up. I wonder if Portia was invited. Where's Mrs. Guabadia? Where's Peach Juice? Peach Juice. She probably was off on that ultimate girls trip, getting on my nerves. So then Kenya arrives, and child, here goes Sheree with this guest list. Baby, that lady said, and your name? Ma'am, please stop. Please stop playing with us right now. You know that is Kenya Summermore, honey. You know that lady. This is nicer than some people's weddings, though, y'all. I was looking around. I was like, oh, honey, this is nice. Ain't no roaches in here or nothing. Y'all know that TikTok? Oh, honey. This is nice, Sheree. Now, everybody has on nudes, right? Kenya ends up bringing Akilah in the B. Why Akilah rocking baby blue? Ma'am, you are messing up the aesthetic. You wouldn't go to Diddy's all-white party wearing red, would you? The guest list called for nude. Girl, I was like, I don't like that. Messing up the whole picture and the whole thing, honey. You taking a picture, an aerial shot of everybody in there, and you the one that's sticking out like a sore thumb? Oh, no, baby, you will be asked to leave. But that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. Sheree comes on down. Bob arrives. Boy, get on in here. I am so happy, though, y'all. When I was watching this, I was like, that's what I'm talking about. I am so happy that Bob got to see Sheree doing it without him. Okay, because he counted her out. I mean, and so did we. But she did build her chateau without him, because he had her sleeping on an air mattress, honey, head to foot. Had Phaedra representing her. Phaedra didn't know whether she was coming or going. Bob was representing himself, honey, doing that all in the courthouse and whatnot. Sheree has come a long way. And remember when he told Sheree, you always start something and never finish it. Now, that was true. But I am happy that she finished the chateau and he got to see it. He didn't even want to pay child support. Child, let me tell you, look. Let me just stick with what we got. Let me get back on subject. So they taking pictures, the mama and the pawpaw. And Bob always trying to cop a feel. Yuck. Stop trying to always kiss that lady and touch that lady. And Sheree, stop giving him mixed signals. Because you was like, depend on where you're trying to touch me. Joggers. No, don't let him touch you at all. Okay? At all. So then Hotel arrives and she's like, come on over here, Martell. Come on. She was like, what took you so long? He's my 5 kids. That ain't never stopped you before. You had 4 kids and was still creeping and sneaking. So 5 kids stopping you from being so on time? Okay. Now, I just cannot believe this crossover. When I see Hotel on this screen, I just look at Atlanta and say, my, how the mighty have fallen. I would never let Hotel in Atlanta. Like, what is this? Sheree, you should not come back next season just for that. I'm pissed. You should not be allowed back just for that. Sheree talking about, it's important for the kids to see us all together. I mean, me and Bob, we're cool. Baby, those kids are grown. And Bob, he don't give a damn. Baby, he don't care. He just there for the free food and the air conditioner because he always sweating. So then Drew arrives. Okay, so she drives up. So she calls Candy. She's like, girl, I'm not coming in. Okay, because it's someone in there that assaulted me. Candy was like, you ain't coming in. No, baby, she ain't coming in. But y'all know what it reminded me of? Because y'all know I always got a reference, do I not? It reminded me of when Kenya showed up season 5 to Candy and Todd's housewarming. And they had invited Walter. Baby, when they invited Walter to that housewarming and Candy act like she didn't know what was going on, and Phaedra was getting her entire life because she couldn't stand Kenya. Baby, that was a mess. Kenya was ready to run those cars over. Y'all remember Don Juan was like, hold on. Let me get valet to move the cars. Calm down. Baby, poor Don Wizon was like, calm down, Kenya. Baby, Kenya was not happy. That's exactly what this gave me. Now, granted, Drew was not as dramatic. Drew was just like, I'm not coming in. That man is crazy. He's unhinged and he's looking for a moment and I'm not giving him one. And I respected her for that. The assistant is there, which is Anthony. And Drew said he threw a shoe at her, so she's leaving. So then Candy and Monyetta, they come outside to go see her. So Drew is telling them, what went down at the Lanithia Lounge with Anthony. Basically, he picked up her shoe that was sitting in the VIP seat, honey. I don't know, and threw it at her. I don't know what's going on. Candy's like, well, it's a big old house. Girl, she don't want to be around him. She don't give a damn about it being a big old house. She don't want to be around that man. So she went in to tell Sheree that Drew is not coming in. And child, Sheree don't care. Once her party is underway, she don't care who on the inside. Y'all should know that from season 1, episode 1. If you ain't inside, Sheree could care less. Drew gone. Go home, honey. So now Drew gone. Glamour making an entrance like an episode of My Super Sweet 16 with Hotel in tow. I was like, girl, gone, honey. Y'all supposed to start at 4. It is now 9 o'clock. Come on with the baby and roll on through so we can get to eating. So production was asking Sheree, why did she invite Anthony? So Sheree reveals that that's how she met Martell. Baby, Sheree keep a ain't nothing ninja around her, don't she? She gonna keep a ain't good for nothing man around her if she don't do nothing else. Isn't he the same one that said you don't pay on camera? Did you forget that? And how are Hotel and Anthony running in the same circles? Say what now? I said, now where he meet Anthony at? Anywho, Candy tells Sheree that Drew says she ain't coming in. So then he chimes in talking about ain't nobody worried about why it's Drew. See, he is too damn disrespectful. He is too disrespectful to women. Why are you always in a beef with some woman? He being all extra talking about the only issue I have with Drew is her marriage is unsuccessful and her edges. Sir, it wasn't unsuccessful when you were asking her for a job and she employed you. Was it unsuccessful then? Like, I don't like people like that. I don't like people like Anthony. It's giving clownery. Okay, he is over the top and always acting a fool. So Candy said, well, she said you got physical with her. So he's claiming that he didn't get physical with her. He just read her up and down and threw his shoes because she threw her bag. Why y'all giving this clown camera time? Next, moving forward. So everybody's, mixing and mingling. Martell speaks to Kenya. So Kenya was like, can we talk just for a minute? He's like, no. She's like, no, just a small conversation. So they go over to the side. Kenya tells Martell that she has Sheree's back and she had no man there to match his energy when things went left, so she had to get jiggy with it. That's the reason why she got an attitude. So Sheree talking about, well, you ain't never got no man with you. This is what she said in her confessional. I mean, what you talking about? You ain't never got no man. I'd rather be a party of one than a party of dumb. You had Lyrone, Big Bob, and now Hotel. Girl gone. So Martell apologizes to Kenya for whatever it is that he said. And he wants to know if she feels she owes him one. Kenya doesn't. Baby, Kenya acting like she ain't do nothing. I never cussed at you. Twirl, you definitely cussed the man out. Okay, you definitely did. Oh, child, this is a fool. Anywho, Kenya did not want to apologize, but she said if she offended him or something like that, she apologizes. They do this group hug for the sake of the sip and see. Child, let's move on. So they finally roll out the little princess, y'all. She is so pretty. She really is. That poor baby is like, it's my bedtime, honey. Sip and see me sleep. I'm ready to go to bed. So they roll on out and roll it on down to the other end. This party is all about Sheree, honey. All about Sheree. Then they start taking family pictures. Now, mind y'all, family pictures. Child, Sheree getting makeup touch-ups. Like I said, this is for Sheree. So the family is taking pictures. Side note. For Cairo to be such a handsome man, he never has his clothes on right. Cairo, your mom, is she by Sheree? She didn't have any joggers for you to put on or something? Like, what do you have on? I just be looking at, like, even when Sonya had that gathering for the moms, for her Mommy Nation event, Cairo came in there looking like he was running errands. Cairo, put your clothing on you right. I'm like, boy, what is wrong with you? So anyway, I was just looking at him like, what do he be having on, child? They taking the family pictures. And the women on the sideline like, is that Bob's girlfriend? She look kind of young. Unless he got another daughter we don't know about. Girl, what that what now? She gotta look just like him though. Got that same jawline and everything. So baby, they trying to figure out who it is. Okay, because they ain't the one that gossip, so you ain't heard it from them. So they all trying to figure it out. Martell is getting in the picture. Girl, no. See, Sheree, this is what I'm talking about your choices. You're his friend girl. Not even his girlfriend. Now, he called you his friend girl over there on Huntsville. Now, if you don't know, then go over there and watch last season and you'll see. These pictures are going to be forever. So I would not want Hotel in my picture. I just wouldn't want him in there. But I mean, that's you, child. After that, they pull Sheree to the side and they're asking her, who is that lady? So she, by no clue, she is confused. So she was like, yeah, I thought that was Bob's girlfriend, girl. I don't know. I was trying to be petty. So I asked Martell to get in the picture. So she pulls Bob to the side. She's like, introduce me to Candace. Who is that? Okay, if you didn't know who she was, how did you know her name? And Bob said that she's his second oldest daughter. So Sheree is super confused and so am I. How were you married to him and didn't know that he had 3 kids instead of 2? I think she did know. And she's just acting confused. That's what it's giving me. Number 2, were you and whoever her mama is pregnant at the same time? Or number 3, why did the kids not question who she is? Like, this is all a mess. But then I got the answer to number 3. So Candace is there and she's like, yeah, you know, I've been at events with Cairo and Callie and she's making it seem like she's been around the kids. So if she's been around the children and Sheree claims she didn't know, why didn't the children tell you? Because baby, I'm running back to my mama. Let me find out my daddy got another child. I'm going to run it back to my mama. Something not adding up, honey. The math ain't mathing. So Bob rolls up on them, which is the girls. And they're like, how old is she? Where did she come from? So you just going to reveal another baby at the sip and see? Like, what is going on? So Kenya said, well, why didn't Sheree know? He said, well, she was on a need to know basis at the time. Bob sweating and looking how he looking. Baby, he got some nerve. It really baffles me that Bob thinks that he is still a starting wide receiver or whatever the hell he was on that football field, sir. You are Bob Whitfield. Okay, of Sheree Whitfield. Boy, goodbye. So Candy was asking questions like Oprah Winfrey. Candy Winfrey. Baby, she was asking the question that the people want to know. So Sheree comes over and she's like, no, I never knew. I don't know who she is. Baby, she by Sheree, something ain't adding up. It's giving Phaedra not knowing her due date. Child, it was July, but this baby getting ready to come up out of me. And that was the end of the episode. Oh, my goodness. Baby, this episode didn't give not nothing. Do you hear me? The ladies are tired. Y'all tired, honey. Y'all might need a little break. We need to get an entirely new production team. I really don't think it's the talent, because with the right production team, they can really spin even the boringest, honey, I know that ain't a word, even the boringest of characters. I really think it is production. We do not need the same production team that Potomac has. Potomac has a different formula, and I think they try to reproduce what they do on Potomac with Atlanta, and it does not work. We need a separate production team simply for Atlanta because their dynamics are different. And I can tell this season was very Potomac-ish. You know, I don't know if it's the correct way that I'm explaining it, but yeah, we need to do something about this because this right here is a fool. The most interesting thing that happened is Bob and Sheree playing in my face. acting like she don't know who Candace is, and Candace acting like she know the whole crew. The crew ain't saying nothing. Sheree getting confused and getting glam and putting Martell in pictures. I'm done. All right, y'all. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. And y'all know I'm going to talk back. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.